Okay. Before we get into this video, I just want to tell you guys one thing. This is a rant. Yes. I don't know, this probably gonna get like 0 views. But this is more of a vent of something I've been thinking about for a long time. That I've had a lot of conversations with my mom about. And of course, I just want to insert some drama from someone who I try to change because they've been changed by society. At least that's what I think. Gracecepticon. You might have heard it and you haven't heard. He is a teen who likes to bully Fazbear friends. He hasn't posted in like 9 months. I got into some drama with him that he didn't even try to post. He could probably get a lot of views on that. You can see some videos about him on my channel. Basically, if you know Fazbear and Friends, if you do know Enchanted Mob, basically, Enchanted Mob. Okay, this is just going to be a series I have. Because of a lot of kids watching all their popular music videos, like me, they didn't want the kids to be watching their music videos, so because they kept watching them, they just switched to a more kid-friendly demographic. Of course, a lot of people hated this, but maybe they're experimenting, maybe it's a good choice. But even though he's bullying it, you know what I just want to say? Most of the videos on there are just from teens. These guys are adults. They're way smarter than you teens. I don't care if you're a high school freshman. Like, Gracecepticon is probably in high school by now. Because he's 16. Or at least I think so because of his bio. Well, like, these are adults. They have a company. Plus, it made Poppy Playtime. And look, the Mob Studios is literally a company. Like, these guys are more smarter. Plus, they haven't posted anything in a while. Plus, even if you're hoping they'll come back, those music videos aren't going to be good. Just stop bullying. Because, like I used to think Virtuality was cool. Like, I used to think Pat was cool. But now I think about it, those bullyings aren't going to do anything. No matter how much you bully those people, no matter how much you bully them, it's not really going to make them change. Because even though they're going to start making music videos, they're going to be kid-friendly. They're not going to be like those ones as I used to see in like 2015. Probably 2017. Because they have a kid demographic. They need to accept it. And that's something I've learned about society. They don't like change. And they can get very misunderstood. And that society can cause deaths. Like furries. Furries are just cosplayers. Most of them are. They're just people who just like to dress up as an animal, and most of them and they act like they are in the suit. It's not a mental disorder. They're just cosplayers. But of course, people will bully them for that. People bully them these days because they think they're the other kind of furries. Like, look, there are 2 types of furries: the zoophile furries. Like, if you know what a zoophile is, you can Google it. But like, those aren't all the furries. Not every furry will bark at people. But a lot of people don't understand that. Because this is society we're talking about. These are the same people who made daddy and mommy innocent words become bad. Like, kids at my school are saying dirty jokes. I'm an elementary school student. Like, these guys have ruined the birds and the bees early because it is of most YouTube Shorts creators making it. Like, go on your For You page and you're probably going to see some kind of joke about the birds and the bees and cheating. I've seen it a lot of times. Like, society is like this and I don't like it. One of my classmates got away with watching Welcome to the Internet on in inside recess, and like I've heard every single bit of that song, and that's not a song that you should be playing in school. Like, there are some inappropriate things, but that's why it's so accurate to the actual internet. And I just feel like society, I wish I could just go back in time. Because now I think about it, these days people have been ruined. TikTok has been making slang bad. If you're any type of student at any type of school, you've heard Ayo before. Like, Ayo, that's kind of sus. Like, I used to like the word sus. But, like, ever since Among Us came out, sus has been used for a different definition. Like, I'm not going to explain it because I want to keep this video as PG-13 as possible. Because that's, like, my audience I want to do. Because I relate to teens a lot more, to be honest. I don't know. Right, because I'm, like, technically a preteen. Like, I feel like society is changed. Bad mobile games are coming out. People are bullying furries and LGBTQ. When most of us have done nothing wrong. And I don't like that because some of these people have died. They've taken their own lives because we've bullied them. Because all of you, plus, you'll probably bully kids for making cringe fanfics. That's healthy. You'll bully people for being cringe. Like, if they're adults and they know what they're doing, that's bad. But that's still no excuse to bully them. Like, if a content is bad and it's actually hurting people, you're allowed to bully them. I feel like you should only bully someone if they deserve it. But that's still not an excuse for bullying. Like, bullying has caused a lot of deaths. I mean, something I want to tell you is that people in the LGBTQ community have a 4-time suicide. Taking away their own life rate. Because of people at their school bullying them. Being gay is okay, but a lot of people don't understand that. Even Gracepticeye. I feel like Gracepticeye is just one of those people who I try to change when I realize what actually happened to him. But I just can't. Luckily, he stopped uploading. But I would be surprised if he comments on this video. I mean, these days, it is even if I just want to explain to them, and the reasons is right in front of them, because it takes so many words to explain it, they won't even read a single bit. Like, I'm writing entire essays that actually have useful information. But they won't read it because they're lazy. Like, I don't care if you don't want to read. You're going to have to learn to read. You're going to have to read these long stuff. Like, look. Like, in reality, all this controversy, all of this bullying is caused by society. Like there's going to be a serial killer that's probably going to be convinced by bullying, abuse, and all that stuff. because of society. But then when that serial killer becomes popular and they get executed, society will be like, oh wow, what a bad person. But in reality, they're the ones that caused that person to be bad. Like, these people are responsible for their actions. Like, even the worst person on earth is ironically a German, Mr. Adolf. I've read a book about him, like a book with some matter. And I think about it, he just had a bad dad and a dream. But of course, bad dads who lost their mother and society being mean, that's how he created him. Like, he's still responsible for his actions. He's still responsible. But in reality, the people who deserve the punishment more are the people who caused it. Like, I mean, like Sink. A lot of this stuff is true. Like, I've learned. Like, we'll lie. Like, we'll accidentally lie about these stuff. Like, not all furries have a mental illness or will bark at people. And we'll think cringe is bad, but not all the time. You shouldn't bully kids because they're cringe. That's normal. I mean, making cringe fanfics about you being a self-insert of your character or dating someone or a fictional crush you love, that's okay. Health even. At least that's the odd one out said. Like, bullying won't stop. Like, bullying these people, bullying these cringe people, it's not going to make them stop. And if you bully them enough and somehow make them kill themselves, was it really worth it? You've just murdered someone. Like an alternate from the Mandela catalog. Mentally destroying them. All because you thought they were cringe. And that's happened a lot with furries and LGBTQ people. Online and in real schools. And I want to change it. But it's not possible. And even, like, I've ranted for this, for literal, my mom with this same topic. Like, something a lot of people don't understand is there's good and bad in everything. Like, no matter your skin color, no matter your race, no matter where you come from, no matter what you've done, you could be a good and bad person. Like, there are good people, and bad people of the same skin color. There are good people who have black skin and bad people who have black skin. But sadly, critics think that's still racist. Like, it's okay to dislike a black person if they've done something worth disliking. But if you don't hate, but that doesn't make it racist. Saying something about a skin color isn't racist. Like, I just feel like something's wrong. Like, all this bullying doesn't really work. It just makes it worse. But sadly, that's not the world we live in. I mean, we'll create useless wars. We will do bad stuff. We will bomb a million. America will bomb innocent people in Japan, and for their pride. And I want to stop.
What happens when fungus thrives in toenails and toenails get discolored? You have a mutated skin.
But sadly, that's not reality. Because, well, the worst parts of this all is that even though I'm smart and I have this intelligence, have this knowledge, and I'm actually woke, unlike all those people who say, hey, they are. I'm a child. And because of that, no one will believe me. That's why the earth is still being such damage. Because those people will not listen to you if you're a child. Like, those racist people are not going to stop because you're a child. That's just going to make them want to do it more. Because sometimes child seems to say ridiculous stuff. I mean, if you're an adult, if you're a teen, you've probably done some really weird stuff in your childhood. Just like really dumb. That's just proof. I mean, you probably used to say like really weird stuff that didn't make any sense. But some people who do that bad stuff, they won't believe you because they'll think it is. Like, I feel like ever since COVID, like mostly because of COVID, ever since then the world has just become gone. Like, I feel like COVID has just changed everything. I feel like everything bad that's happened that created our modern society is COVID. It's mostly COVID's fault. Because somehow, after 2020, 2019, whatever year it started in, ever since that happened, and ever since it's ended, the world had just changed. Not for the better, for the worse.